Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back. So today's story is going to be a pretty this is going to be one of like the crazier stories I think that I've ever told. But the thing is this someone is not a story that happened to me. This is going to be I'm going to be starting a new thing called subscriber stories. I'm not going to stop telling stories that happen to me. I'm still going to tell like stories that I have because I still have a lot more. But um there'll be if there's like a week or a day that I really don't feel like uploading a story that I have, maybe I'll upload a story that one of my subscribers slash viewers had. Now, if you want me to tell a story that happened to you that you think is pretty crazy, just message me on my Instagram at Purely Chains, and just send me like a detailed description of the story, and I will gladly tell it. I'm also gonna be telling the story in first person as if it happened to me. Just stick to like the story time. You know how stories are. So yeah, with that all out of the way, let's get right into the story. So this story all takes place a few years back, and I had these two friends, and we're gonna call the first friend Liam, and we're gonna call the other friend Alex. So we have Liam and Alex, and Liam and Alex, they were pretty cool people. They were basically like my best friends at the time. And one day we were all playing Fortnite, and we were playing with these three other people. Now these people were just straight up just like dickheads and just complete assholes. They were honestly fucking I hate them. And we were playing with them. And we were having a pretty good time. Nothing was going wrong. But one day they just decided just to be like complete fucking dicks, like absolute assholes. And they just started talking shit. So we started talking shit, and they're like, "All right, let's do a 3v3. Me and my two friends against you and your two friends." And me being me, I'm like, "Okay, bet, let's do it." So we all get into a Fortnite. We all go into a creative game, and we all start, and we're actually doing pretty good. We're actually beating their asses. Like I'm actually doing better than we expected, which I didn't actually expect for us to like actually like, do any good. But I guess they just weren't prepared for like what we could do. So we beat them, obviously, and we beat them like by like a big score. Like I don't remember the exact score, but that really wasn't important. What's important is that we beat them and shit to them. Being like, "Oh, you're fucking trash." How did you even lose that? Like we were going easy on you. And I will admit I did most of the talking. And then the guy, the like leader of the big group, is like, I pull up, and I'm like, what? And he's like, pull up, and I'm like, dude, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean pull up? And he proceeds to send me an address. Like, no, he didn't send me an address. He sent me a street, and he's like, pull up, and I'm like, what? What? Like, do you want to fight us or something? And he's like, yeah, bro, I want to fight you all in real life. And I'm like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? And he's like, "You're talking all this shit. Let's see how you are in real life." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not gonna fight you." And he's like, "Oh, so now you're a pussy." When he said that, I'm like, "All right, enough of this." So, me and my three friends, we all gather in my house, and then we go down to we go down to the street. We didn't actually live far from them. He sent me like the street name. I guess it wasn't. I guess he didn't want to show up to his house. So we show up there, and they immediately start talking shit. So we all start talking shit too, and it just goes from like fucking one to like fucking a million in like 3 seconds. Like first we're talking trash to them, and they're talking trash to us, and this goes into like a full blown fight. So I'm fighting the main dude, and my two friends are fighting the other two people, and at this point like they jumped at us first. So obviously it was self defense that we were doing. And honestly, I thought that I was gonna get my complete ass kicked. Like when they were talking shit, and then when they jumped, I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is where I get my ass beat. This is my death." But I was still gonna try and put up a fight, and I was actually putting up a pretty good fight. We were beating their asses like really good. Like at first they had me on the ground, but after a few seconds, um, I was on top of him, just punching his face, just punching him over and over and over. And honestly, he really couldn't do anything. I was holding his hands down. I was holding both his arms down with my one hand, and I was punching with the other hand. And I wanna say after like 2 minutes of this going on, the one guy's like, "Okay, okay, 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 please stop. You win, you win, you win." And I get off him, and my other 2 friends absolutely beat the shit out of the other 2 kids. Like, they were bleeding. Like, I think one of the other kids, like, maybe, like, chipped one of the dude's tooth or even, like, popped it out or broke it. I don't even know, but it was crazy. And they all get up and they run away. And I scream, "Pussy!" Which I think, I wasn't the most mature thing, but I just decided to do that. And, we all walk back to my house and we hang out at my house for the rest of the day. And then after about a few hours, they're both like, "All right, we're gonna head home." And I'm like, "All right, guys, be safe." And they're like, "All right, you too, man." And I dap him up and I see him and I say, "All right, I'll see you later, guys." And then comes like a few days later and I don't get any text from the guy. I don't get any text from his friends. So I just assume that it's all over and now I'm never gonna talk to them again or anything or have anything to do with them. And then his girlfriend texts me and she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" And she's like, So I heard you beat up in the dude's name. I'm not gonna say his name. And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And I'm like, "Oh shit, here it comes. His girlfriend, she's gonna be very mad." She's like, "Yeah, I heard you beat him pretty good." And I'm like, "I mean, I guess you could say that." And she's like, "Listen, I broke up with him because he's so mean, and he's just like not the guy for me." And I'm like, Okay, good for you." And then she's like, and then she's like, "So do you want to be my boyfriend?" And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, do you want to be my boyfriend?" And me, I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So not only did I beat him up, did I not beat the guy up and his 2 other friends, but then come a few weeks later, I end up stealing his girl. So honestly, I think that this was a pretty successful I know it was a pretty successful fight slash girlfriend, Honestly, I think that this story has a pretty happy ending because I got a girlfriend out of it. But yeah, that's the end of the story. So yeah, if you guys did like these stories, if you guys do like the subscriber story, please let me know if you want to see more. Just text me at Purely Chains, just a detailed description of a story that you have, and I'll tell it. So yeah, that's essentially the end of the story. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. I'll see y'all later.